Hey guys, so welcome to Financial Friday. Today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of the financial costs and fees and whatnot for adopting from India. This is very specific to where I live and my adoption and whatnot. So some of this will apply for other people, but yeah. So yesterday I kind of just gave a quick update. Tomorrow's video will be a breakdown of the process. I would rather have done the process first and then the fees, but it's Financial Friday, so yeah. All this information is on the blog, which I will post a link down below, the Facebook page, and the GoFundMe. All three links I'll try to remember to post down below, but if you want to visually see this breakdown, that's where it is. So I'm literally reading it off the blog. So, for those that don't know, I was originally going to go with Bulgaria. My heart told me India, and I'm listening to my heart. So the cost will be around the same, possibly cheaper, possibly a bit more, but all within the same ballpark, so really it doesn't matter. So yeah, so where are we? So my starting off costs are $6,275. That breaks down to my home study consultation, my home study agency consultation. I already had a consultation with my coordinating agency. That was free, but most agencies charge, so I thought that was weird. But anyway, I don't care because it was free. So the home study agency consultation is $75. I'm hopefully going to be doing that in August. My adoption training is what I'll be doing next, and that's $350. Agency registration is $800. That's for my home study agency. Then my coordinating agency registration, which happens at the same time, is $1,500 plus tax. A lot of the fees were just like plus tax, and it's like or plus applicable taxes. So I don't know how much anything is gonna be for taxes, but I'm just kind of breaking it down before tax. And then for my home study, itself, the home study will be around $3,000 plus travel. I think it was I wrote it down somewhere, but $45 an hour plus 50 cents a kilometer for travel. I think that's what it was for the home study person. Hopefully I live close enough to the agency that usually you do 4 home study visits. Hopefully the 3 in the city I can do there, and then they have to do 1 in your house. Or what I did last time for private adoption was they merged 2 visits. So instead of having the person come out to my house and then me going out to the city, we did 2 in my house at the exact same time, just back to back. So yeah, for notarizing, medicals, police clearances, all that fun stuff, about $400. And then application for immigration is $150. So that is all due immediately. Pretty much, other than the consultation, which will be in August, and the $350 for the adoption training, which will hopefully be by fall. Once I consult with them, I'll be able to get a better timeline on when I should do it. But the rest of it is going to be due immediately. About 6 months after that, 4 to 6 months after that, I will be paying $850 to submit my paperwork to India. Plus tax, plus applicable taxes. And what that breaks down to is $550 for them to review my home study and my coordinating agency to review my home study and make sure everything is up to par for India. Because if you don't have things done right for your home study, it can cause delays. So they look over it and whatnot. For me to be registered into Kara, which is the online adoption stuff for India, that's $1,500. Basically, they have to upload a bazillion documents and get me registered. They follow up with orphanage. I don't even know what that means. I guess they track them down. Or they keep checking in on them. I don't know what that actually means, but that's $750. For them to prepare my dossier, because my dossier is something that's different than your home study. Often it has a lot of the same stuff like medicals and police clearances. For India, you also have to include pictures of yourself, and I can't remember what else, but there's some additional stuff that is required for your dossier. So that's $5,000 for them to help you prepare your dossier. But again, it's important to have it done right and have everything in its place, because if it's not, you could end up having delays and costing more money. And then for photocopies, notarizing, courier fees, all that fun stuff, around $250. So, yeah. And then once I get a match, everything else is due. Everything else is due the moment I have a match, which I'll talk about more in tomorrow's video. But basically, my match is going to happen very soon after submitting my home study and documents. Yeah. So, might as well just mix them all together into the second fee. But anyway, and that is $18,720 plus applicable taxes. And that breaks down to $2,500 for dossier submission, so them actually submitting my dossier. Another $2,500 for a bunch of things that they listed that I just put as admin fees, miscellaneous administration fees, is $2,500. Then this part makes me laugh, but for India you have 6 post-adoption reports. You have to pay for those post-adoption reports when you get a match. Not when you actually get them visited, when you get the match. So, in the world of international adoption, you have 1,000 agencies going. So you have your home study agency, which is going to do your actual visits to actually write the reports. So for my 6 post-adoption reports, I'm looking at $2,520. They then send all those documents to my coordinating agency, which for $1,500 will then get them all organized and send them to India. Yeah. The immigration process costs $2,500. I have government immigration fees as $150, but I'm wondering if that is the same as the application fee for immigration, which I would have paid at the start because immigration can take forever. So that might be a duplicate charge of $150. And then courier, photocopies, etc. will be about $250. And then orphanage fee is $5,000 US, which current rates work out to about 6,800 Canadian. I probably should have mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is all Canadian. So yeah, so that is basically, so yeah, I'll do an overall breakdown in a minute, but that gets me done with my agency stuff. The last thing I have is travel, which is going to cost around $7,500 depending on time of year and whatnot. I could probably get that down a lot lower. It just, there's so many variables. I'd rather overestimate than underestimate. So visas, to have a travel visa, a tourist visa will cost around $200 total for me and probably my brother, because he's probably going to travel with me. I will not travel alone. If I have to do, there's the very, very, very rare chance that I will have to do a trip for court. If I have to do a trip for court, I will travel by myself. It's a short trip and I don't want to spend money. I hate that I have to spend money to begin with that, but it's very, 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 very low chance just because of me adopting a child with special needs. They tend to want to expedite things, and making me come for court is not expediting things. Anyway, so about $200 for the tourist visas for picking her up, about $1,000 for a hotel, most likely not going to cost that. We're there for 2 weeks and most of the hotels I've seen are pretty cheap. Food and transportation, I have $1,200. Again, a lot of the food is a lot cheaper, so not likely going to cost that much, but I'd rather overestimate than underestimate. Flights, so flight for me, my brother, and then my daughter to come home, which my brother may or may not pay for his own flight. We'll see when the time comes, is $5,000. And then gifts for caregivers and for the orphanage and stuff, I have $100 written down. So in terms of timeline with fees, when I start the process for my home study, I'm looking at $6,275. Then once my home study is approved, which will take about 4 to 6 months, I'm looking at $8,050 plus applicable taxes. About a month after that, I'm looking at $18,720 when I receive my referral and accept it. And then not too long after that, like 6 to 8 months after that, I'm looking at $7,500. That $7,500 is easy compared to the other fees. Which if you watched my video from last Friday, you will know that the fees is the scariest part for me, and especially with this now. With Bulgaria, the fees were spaced out a bit more, whereas I'm looking at $30,000 plus due in a 6-month period. So there's a lot more pressure for stuff like that to be saved before I even start the process. And it really sucks. It really sucks. I mentioned yesterday that I feel like my daughter's being held hostage by the fees and whatnot. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of politics and legal stuff and whatnot. And there's not a whole lot I can control. The only thing I can control is the travel. That's it. I can book cheaper flights. I can book cheaper hotels. And I can bring food with me and try to eat cheap. But beyond that, I can't control their fees. I can't. When I do have a couple fundraisers planned, now I have a couple fundraisers planned for once my home study is approved and I have a referral. But the majority of those fees are due before I have a referral. Or at a referral. So a lot of it, I don't know how much it's going to be helpful unless it comes in before that. Once my home study is approved, Reese's Rainbow said that I can apply to be on their page. They have like a family sponsorship program where you can do a tax, what's it called? A tax deductible donation. So the tax deductible donation you can do to their website will actually help me with travel because they won't release those funds to me until I have a travel date. So that's how I'll fundraise for travel. But like I said, the travel is the least of my worries because I'll have 6 to 8 months to save $7,500. That's just over $1,000 a month to save or fundraise, which is nothing compared to I can't even do the math, 35,000 that is due in the first 6 months of the process. So yeah. So I hope that helped give you a breakdown of where the fees are going and whatnot. Like I said, I'll post links down below on so you can see the breakdown as well. If you have any suggestions on fundraising that might work before she's home, please let me know. It is really, really hard to fundraise before there's a referral and also before there's a picture. I won't be able to show you guys a picture until court, which is going to be like 2 weeks before I travel. So yeah. So it's really hard to do fundraisers when you don't have anything lined up. And because the fees are so close together, I can't start my home study until I have enough money, because I can't do anything. I have my home study fees, and the next thing you know, I have $8,000 in fees, and then next thing you know, I have $18,000 in fees. So there's not a whole lot I can do until I have money. So frustrated because I just want to hurry up and bring her home. Unfortunately, this is life. So it's not easy. It's not easy. But anyway, I'm not going to cry in this video. So yeah. So please go check out the t-shirts I have for sale at hopeinthemaking.com, hopeinthemaking.com. I have some infertility ones, as well as some Down syndrome awareness ones and some adoption awareness ones. Go check out the GoFundMe page, which will be listed down below. That's the current puzzle fundraiser. What else do I don't currently have anything else going on, but I will be doing an online auction this summer, so please help support us through that. Yeah, please just share the heck out of the fundraiser. You never know who might see it and be able to help out. I'm trying to fundraise 20,000 of the 40,000 because that would get me started like ASAP. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So yeah, if you have any fundraiser ideas, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them down below. I'm going to do an adoption Q&A, so post those questions down below and I'll probably just do them all in a video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for your support. You guys are amazing. I don't know what I would do without you guys, because seriously, this process and all this stuff is hard. Like, so incredibly hard some days. And having you guys there to be like my little cheerleaders, and knowing that she is so loved, and oh, I said I was gonna cry. Just knowing that she is so loved already and everything. So anyway, said I wasn't gonna cry, so I'm gonna end it now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, questions, comments down below. Bye guys.